Tell me about yourself. Those 4 words are one of the most common interview questions, yet they're so hard to respond to. Welcome back to our Interview Masterclass series with top tips from me, Anna, a professional career writer here at Resume.io, and our Silicon Valley interview expert, Dr. Kyle Elliott. Our last episode was all about interview prep, so make sure to check that out. Today, we'll walk you through a winning formula to come up with a great response to the question, tell me about yourself. Let's get started. First, let's talk about why your answer to this question is so important. Interviews ask you to tell them about yourself for a couple of reasons. The first is to break the ice and get a feel for your personality. Secondly, it's a great way to refresh their memory on why you're suitable for the role. Your answer should be a quick way to summarize why your skills and experience line up perfectly with this opportunity. So, let's craft a top response for your job interview. I'm going to pretend that I'm interviewing for a customer service role. I want to mention my relevant jobs in customer service. Now I can go on talking about any career highlights or qualifications the hiring manager would want to know about. Now let's try turning that into a concise way to tell the hiring manager more about myself. I'm Anna. I've worked in customer service and hospitality for the past 4 years, starting as a hotel receptionist and then working as a customer service associate. I've taken courses in conflict resolution and I'm fluent in English and Spanish. My favorite part about the job is solving problems for customers and providing friendly and helpful customer service that creates a positive experience with the company. Now let's run through some do's and don'ts for your super snappy elevator pitch. Do connect your skills and experience with the particular job you're applying for. Do mention relevant career highlights that are impressive. It's okay to mention one personal fact, but don't waste time talking about irrelevant hobbies. And don't make your response too long. Around 1 minute long is ideal. When it comes to giving a good response, it's just as much about what you say as how you say it. Let's check in with Dr. Kyle Elliott. Kyle, can you tell us what advice you give to your clients about answering interview questions confidently?
Yeah, so an interview is a combination of knowing yourself and saying, here's the key talking points I want to get across during this interview, while also being able to pivot during that conversation and catering your answers to what that interviewer is asking. So what I encourage people to do is go in and say, here's 3, 4, 5, 6 key talking points I want to get across, but also catering them to that conversation and what they're learning, because you don't want to come off as a robot, as someone who's just getting their key talking points across and you're saying, hey, is this person even listening to what I'm saying? But at the same time, you want to cater it to what's being asked. So when you're asked questions, I encourage you to repeat it back and say, ooh, how do I pivot? Example, your question, how do I pivot if something's being asked? But also go back to my key talking points that I want to get across. And I think that's a really effective way to answer those questions when they're being asked.
Great advice. Thanks, Kyle. And there you have it. Let's recap the most important takeaways. Number 1, create an elevator pitch to introduce yourself to the hiring manager. Your elevator pitch should align your skills and experience with what's needed for the job position. And number 2, practice answering with poise and confidence. And finally, keep it concise and relevant. For more advice on answering common interview questions, make sure to check out the other videos in our Interview Masterclass series. Like and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date with Resume.io's latest advice for job seekers.